Oh, no, they're not getting it. Because the devil is still the accuser of brethren in the Old Testament.
Oh, yes.
I had a time where I said to God, why is the devil being found in front of you, before you, to talk about Job?
Oh, yes.
Why is he allowed? Why is he considered a son? I had a problem with it for days and days. It was as though I was angry with God. You know, when you're complaining, but you fear being angry because you can't be angry at God. You get the point?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Until God, I was doing something and God said, son, and I was like startled, and that thought came in. That scripture like flooded my mind. And I said, what is this one? Why was he allowed?
There have been thoughts in the minds of people and questions in the lips of many as to why Satan still had access to the throne of God even after he was cast down out of heaven with many other angels. In this captivating revelatory episode, Prophet Uebert Angel revealed how Satan was still able to access the throne of God to accuse believers or talk about Job in the Bible, despite how God casted him out of heaven. Hello and welcome to Holy Ghost Frequency Channel. If you're new to our channel, you might want to subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Facebook and click on the notification bell to get more interesting updates like this each time we post new videos.
He said, you tell people that the Bible is a constitution, don't you? What is it? I said, it's a constitution of our country.
Yes.
He said, yes. And what is it? I said, it's the last testament and will. He said, where do you use the word testament and will? He said, in a legal setting.
Yes.
I said, yes. And in that legal setting, who am I as God? I said, you're the judge. He said, okay, what about Jesus? I said, Jesus is the mediator, the lawyer.
Yes.
He said, what sort of courtroom will there be a judge and a lawyer without an accuser? So this is the reason why the accuser needed to be there.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Because there is this.
Oh, yes.
It's a legal thing. And in the heavenlies, we have so many court cases. We have the higher court, which is the Supreme Court,
oh, yes.
where only the sovereignty of God rules. No one can argue with God when he decides from that Supreme Court. No one.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
No one can argue there. When God said to humanity, let us create, as he was talking to himself in the community of the Godhead, because there is what? There is unity, diversity, and communication in the community of the Godhead.
Oh, yes.
So when he spoke to himself in that community of the Godhead, he spoke a word, and they agreed as him agreeing with himself. The Lord said to my Lord, he came out of himself and looked at himself and began to speak to himself. He said, the Lord said to my Lord, sit thou at my right hand. He's talking to myself. He came out. He's talking to himself. He came out and then began to look at himself, and then he started talking. Now that agreement is made in the heaven Supreme Court,
Oh, yes.
where no angel, no human being is allowed. If that court decides, nobody can say anything.
Amen.
That means if that court decides that Uebert Angel is a prophet, you can come with 29 versions of the Bible and a shotgun and a pit bull. It will never change the truth. Now then from there, you can go to what is called the legislative.
Yes.
There's the judiciary, then there is the legislative court. In one location, you can argue. That's why God says, bring your strong reasons and let us argue. Bring your strong reasons. Let us reason together.
Oh, yes.
In that one, he's accepting that you can actually do it. I don't know if you're getting this. When John was crying, John was weeping and crying that I have not found one who can open the book. All of the earth is filled with moral decadence, sin, and falsehood and deceptions.
Yes.
And he said, no one can open the book. Remember what God said. He went there and the angel doesn't know it. And one elder from the throne left the meeting that they were having on the throne.
Oh, yes.
24 elders, one elder stood up. They were left as 23 and approached John. I said, John, do not weep. I know you think when you're looking from a judiciary point of view, you can't reason here.
Oh, yes.
You have not been allowed.
Oh, yes.
And whatever you were weeping for, you could not get the judgment in your favor.
Yes.
Do not worry, there is a Supreme Court. And I just came from the discussions of the Supreme Court. They have found one who could open the book. And his name is Jesus Christ.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That's a decision that is on the what?
Oh, yes.
So even if Jesus hears your cry from the judicial perspective, what he will do is he will then go back to the Supreme
Yes.
and then speak to himself in the community of the Godhead and begins to agree with himself. That's why the Bible has this colorful language on God. When it's okay, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It's like a cocktail of brilliance. You getting what I'm talking about? Even my favorite verse, which is 1 John 1:1. That which was from where? From the beginning. We might start prophesying here. You're getting the point.
Check out some of our fascinating videos displaying on your screen and tell us what you think about this video in the comment section. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell to get more educational chapters like this each time we post new videos.